Hello viewers, this is a new year, 2023. Happy New Year to all. This is our first weekly analysis that we're going to do as Sports Hub, and we hereby welcome each and every one of you. Don't forget to always like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So today we are going to discuss much about our weekend games, what maybe we expect from the matches, and here with this your host, Fredrick Ngala.
And I, Brian Ojumbe.
So, my partner Brian.
Yes.
I think we are now getting to game week 18.
That's correct.
Premier League, right? And some other teams have already played about 19 matches.
Correct.
And so far we are seeing that Mikel Arteta's side Arsenal is already on top with about 44 points from a possible of
that should be they've lost one
and
they've drawn
two games. Yeah.
So that means they have lost about 5 points on.
Yeah, from a possible 49.
Yeah.
9 points. Yeah. So this week actually this is the week to determine which team is actually going to win the Premier League. Because we already have about we now about 2 or 3 matches that are going to be big and going to bring about a lot of talks within London and even in the Premier League table.
Yeah,
anything happen there. Okay. So to start with, Manchester United tomorrow will be taking on will be welcoming Manchester City side on the much anticipated Premier League game.
Okay.
Owing the fact that United lost their first leg and a 6-3 goals with Alan scoring an hat-trick and Phil Foden doing some magics. Yes. What is your take?
Getting into the match, I think Man City are coming against the backdrop of a loss. Remember they were beaten 2-0 by Southampton in the Carabao Cup.
Yes.
In the EPL Cup, that is. So they're coming into this match trembling somehow, if I may put it so. On the other side, Manu are really on a very good run. Remember, they have gone on an 8-match unbeaten streak. So from my end, I think we are looking forward to a very tough match that could go either way. But chances are, Manchester United could very well return the favor by beating Man City. I foresee a lot of goals being scored in this match because remember, Manchester United have been on a scoring spree. Not a single match has gone. Out of the 8 matches that they've been winning, they have been scoring at least 2 goals in each. So that way, that means that they're going to score.
They have an advantage.
They are not going to fail to score a single goal in this contest. Meanwhile, Manchester City with the Haaland and Foden and Kevin De Bruyne, that forward line has been on fire. Leave alone the case where they were beaten 2-0. I think Pep Guardiola underestimated Southampton and fielded a very inexperienced side.
In the Carabao quarterfinals.
Yes. Much as the likes of Haaland were later introduced into the match. So I foresee a possibility where we're going to have so many goals scored. I foresee Manchester City scoring at least 2 or even more. But trust me on this one, if the best that Man City can come out with is a draw.
Okay, we can't. Okay, we won't say much about it because both teams are actually United are on the right form.
Yes.
Currently they're just firing. Rashford can't just stop scoring.
Okay.
He has been good since the end of World Cup. I think he has just continued the same form he had under Southgate side, right? But then I also see a scenario where this is derby actually, and this team will repeat itself. And I think Manchester City currently they are enjoying a very good run against United. You don't see maybe Pep Guardiola beating United at Old Trafford?
Okay, well, you're saying that Man City has always had a very good run against Manchester United as far as this derby is concerned. But remember, with derbies is not about which team has been dominant. Derbies mostly follow the mantra of which team has woken up right and decided to show up for the match.
Right.
So the Manchester City form notwithstanding, this is a very tough match because remember, they are under intense pressure. The main cup that they have been winning all along, that is the Carabao Cup, is already gone. So they have about 3 trophies left to chase: the Premier League, the UEFA Champions League, and the FA Cup. If you look at their gap between the current gap between Manchester City and Arsenal is at 5 points.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they need to win this one to cut down on that. So they also have their own pride to protect. Remember, after losing to a very small team, they have to bounce back.
Right.
So they are under intense pressure to do what? To win this match.
Right.
So Manchester United on the other side do not have so much pressure because remember, they are fourth on the log. This is probably their best run for a very long time. So looking at those factors means that with them, even a draw, they will be contented. But getting a win will be a morale boosting outcome for them going forward. Yeah. So Manchester City are coming into the game with a lot of pressure. Manchester United, on the other hand, do not have so much pressure. I really think Manchester United have a lot of advantage coming into this match.
Okay, I think now to our viewers now, let's say that from sports prediction, we won't go with the one-on-one win, but maybe give them an over 2-5.
Yes.
For those who like betting, actually, you can bet an over 2-5 goal, and you won't cry at the end of the game.
And probably another thing that we can introduce are the possible goal scorers. Marcus Rashford, a likely goal scorer in this contest. Erling Haaland, a likely goal scorer in this contest. Even Kevin De Bruyne or what is his name?
Or even Anthony.
Anthony could he start this match?
I think he is a possible starter under Ten Hag. I don't think if he brought him anywhere.
Remember, did Martial play this match or I think Ten Hag could probably rotate a bit of the side that played because he also has. Remember, he's just captured the services of Wout Weghorst, who could probably make a debut. So for the goal scorers, go for Marcus Rashford to score. Go for Erling Haaland to score. I think that will give you some very good amount if you invest wisely.
Okay, another big game actually. That's on Sunday. Now Arsenal will be traveling along to the North London side to take on Tottenham. That is also struggling a bit, but they have won, I think, their last 2 matches consecutively, scoring in both. What is your take? Owing to the fact that Mikel Arteta is already the manager of the month for December-November period, and the skipper, Martin Odegaard, is also the player of the month after getting a good run, scoring 3, giving 3 assists from 3 games. How do you see that game going?
Well, if you look at the North London derby, it has been a derby that is full of goals. Goals have always been scored on either side, be it at the Emirates Stadium, be it at White Hart Lane, or presently the Tottenham Stadium. Goals have always been scored. A lot of goals, that is.
Right.
So getting into this match, again, I am seeing a very high scoring match, with either side likely to get 2 or more goals. Remember, Arsenal are coming into this match against a backdrop of a win. They beat Oxford City 3-0 in the FA 4th round.
And they'll be facing the champions, Man City, in the quarterfinals.
Yeah. But that aside, the FA side, the FA Cup aside for the moment, remember, Arsenal dropped points that they needed dearly. Drawing against Newcastle did not go down well with the section of the supporters and even the manager. They felt that they were shortchanged. There were penalty appeals that were rejected.
The 2 penalty appeals.
Yes. So that notwithstanding, they drew the match and lost. Now they're actually 5 points ahead of Manchester City. So that has put them under
pressure.
so much pressure. They need to regain their lead. And honestly, looking at the first leg of the North London derby, remember Arsenal won 3-1,
Right.
but Tottenham had a player sent off. Remember, a player was sent off, and they were given a penalty. Much as they were given a penalty that Harry Kane slotted home, they really felt hard done. So I think Tottenham are coming into this match purposely for revenge. And remember, these are rivals. These have been age-old rivals, and it's a derby. And so, Arsenal being on top, they want to spoil the party for them. So this is a tough match. I foresee a draw. I foresee a draw or a very narrow win for Arsenal. Because Tottenham, honestly, looking at the way they have been playing, remember much as they beat Crystal Palace, I think 4-0. It was a second half, a spirited second half performance that really saw them win the match. But Arsenal has been very good in the second halves and even the first half. So if Arsenal can score very early goals, then they will have locked out the possibility of Tottenham coming into the match. Yes.
So if Arsenal can score early goals, then they lock up the possibility of Tottenham winning the match. That is right, and you can put it that way.
True.
Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp side us. They have struggled this season after losing Sadio Mane through the summer transfer.
Yes.
And I think the arrival of Cody Gakpo seemingly has given them a bit of life after a long period of time. So, do you see them beating or thrashing Brighton after the 3-3 dramatic 3-3 draw?
No way. No way. I can bet my word on this. Brighton are, would I call them underdogs? They're not really underdogs, but they're a surprise package kind of a team. Or I will call them the giant slayers. Remember, other than probably Arsenal, these are the top 4 teams have struggled against Brighton. They drew against Liverpool in the first leg. They actually beat Manchester United. I think they also beat Chelsea. Of course, Chelsea is being beaten by any team currently, so that is not strange. But remember the first leg between Liverpool and Brighton. Now that is a match that Leandro Trossard scored a hat-trick. And trust me, I watched the match, and Liverpool were lucky not to lose, because every time they would come back after they were chasing the match actually.
Right.
And looking at the current squad and the current type of football that Brighton is playing, they're likely to beat Liverpool. Why? Because they're very good going in front.
Yeah.
And the Liverpool defense has been soaking in a lot of goals. They are very slow. They seem disinterested with the ball, and the kind of losses that they've been registering have done them no good. So, as regards that match, I foresee a situation where Brighton are going to not only beat Liverpool, they are going to thump Liverpool. So, you can trust me. Brighton is winning this match. Either 3-1, 3-0. It's like Brentford did to Liverpool. 3-1 is not a very bad scoreline.
So you give it a 3-1 to Brighton.
Yes.
Which is okay. Now if we maybe wrap up the prediction side and maybe check on this other team that also will be playing over the weekend.
Yes.
Everton Southampton, your prediction? Just to give you a prediction.
That's a tough match. Southampton are basking on glory after beating Manchester City 2-0 in the Carabao quarterfinals. Everton, meanwhile, are under intense pressure after losing 4-1. I think they were beaten 4-1 by Brighton.
Yes.
They have not had a very good run. The manager is under Lampard is under intense pressure. So I don't think there is no way that Everton could win this match. It's either a draw or a Southampton win.
Nottingham Forest welcoming Leicester. Leicester this season, I think they have just been down.
Leicester has been down. Leicester is struggling after losing their goalkeeper, Kasper Schmeichel, after losing their defense. They've been soaking in so many goals, losing to opponents that they would easily beat. Nottingham Forest, on the other hand, have, I would say, a very unpredictable.
Side.
Yeah, today they win a match, tomorrow they draw, the next day they lose. So a draw will do for me in this case.
Wolverhampton taking on West Ham. I think David Moyes is another manager is also pressure.
Yes, that is true. Remember, West Ham are, which position are they currently? I think 18th, 17th, they are about.
They're in a relegation battle.
Yes, West Ham has always been a very good side with very good players. Remember, they still have very high quality players. The likes of Ngala, Antonio, and so. But
Paqueta.
Lucas Paqueta, I don't know what has been happening to manager David Moyes and his charges. But then again, if you look at Wolves had the same problem that West Ham are currently experiencing. But one thing again with Wolves is that after bringing in Julian Lopetegui, their fortunes have seemingly changed. And remember, they drew against Liverpool in the FA Cup. Other than that, they recently lost. I think 3 days ago they lost to Nottingham Forest on post-match penalties.
Right.
So that goes to show they have been scoring so many goals. They drew 3-3 against Liverpool, and this match against Nottingham, I think, was it a 3-3 or a 4-4? I'm not very sure about the scoreline, but one thing I can tell you is that Wolverhampton have been scoring so many goals. So getting into this match, it is a high-scoring match again that I can predict. But Wolverhampton could slightly beat West Ham United. Yeah.
Lastly, we have the bees. Now welcoming now the Bournemouth side.
Okay.
Do you think Ivan Toney now continue the scoreline with the good scoring ratio that he has in the Premier League?
He missed the match against Liverpool, which they won 3-1. But that aside, Brentford have been a very good side. Brentford have beaten all the top four, save for Arsenal, that beat them 3-0. They beat Manchester City, they beat Liverpool, they hammered Manchester United 4-0. I also think they beat Chelsea. As I said, Chelsea is everyone's whipping bag. Okay, so the bees are good. Bournemouth, very unpredictable side. They lost 3-0 against Manchester United, and they were completely dominated by Manchester United. So getting into this match, I don't see any possibility of Bournemouth beating Brentford, much as they are all mid-table teams. But Brentford is a very good side. They should win this one.
So they'll give a better now win.
With possible goals from Brian Beumo, Ivan Toney if he will play, and Jan Wissa is also another very good player currently.
Yeah, I think that's all that we had for today. That's our weekly prediction for game week 19. Game week 18. Sorry. I think we'll see you next time. Same place, same time, for more sport news and analysis.
Kindly do not forget to like, subscribe, and also leave your comments in the comment section below. Thank you.
I'm your host, Fredrick Ngala.
And Brian Ojumbe.
Thank you.